this would be a big shock if Charlton could pull it off tonight. Wrexham did it last night, Macclesfield at lunchtime. They've both had historic wins. Is it Charlton's turn under the Valley floodlights? Red and white for Charlton, all blue for Chelsea. And off we go. There's a great atmosphere in here, Joe. It's a sellout. They tell me it's the biggest crowd for a Charlton Cup tie since 1976.
Oh, it's absolutely bouncing. The atmosphere is phenomenal. Exactly what you want for a third round FA Cup. London derby, not necessarily something we're used to, is it, Fletch? But you can feel it. You can feel the energy and passion in the air. And of course, Liam Senior, first big test for him.
This is Josh Achimpong. The early signs here is going to be a back three for Chelsea. It looks as though that's the way they're going to set up, with Tosin in the middle and then Badiashile on the left and Achimpong on the right. Pushing forward on the right-hand side is Gittins and then Garnacho on the left.
Yeah, interesting. That's what he's brought over from his Strasbourg days, what he likes to play. First thing I noticed when we walk around the pitch, Fletch, it's bobbly out there. He's going to want total soccer from his team. So that first touch, quality of pass is going to be key for Chelsea tonight.
Also looks as though he's going to play with a bit of a box in midfield. He's got the two sitters in Andre Santos and Moises Caicedo, Hato and Buonanotte in front, and then of course Guiu through the middle. Fascinating to see how this is all going to work out under Liam Senior in the coming weeks.
Yeah, it's all good in theory, but as Nathan Jones said, it's about unsettling that Chelsea team. This is not a training game. It's a third round FA Cup, sell out of the Valley. They've got to make it so uncomfortable for them. Get them looking over the bench, asking questions, what position do I need to play? Ultimately, they've got to turn that ball over and cause chaos.
There's Caicedo and now Andre Santos. Andre Santos, who knows the new manager better than most, having had a spell with him at Strasbourg. And Garnacho on that side, hearing it from the Charlton supporters. Sold out signs at the Valley and a cracking noise inside the stadium in the third round of the FA Cup. One of the most successful FA Cup teams and one of the favourites this season, getting their campaign underway here. Chelsea have won the Cup 8 times, only Arsenal and Manchester United have won it more. They play the winners from 1947, a Charlton team bidding to get to the fourth round for the first time in 12 years, and everything they do tonight is going to be cheered. Doherty won it back well, and now this is Tyrese Campbell who can put the first cross into the Chelsea box, and that brings the first corner from the Andre Santos clearance.
Exactly what Charlton wanted. They just bided their time, let Chelsea pass it about, turn it over, attack with pace, get this crowd going. First real chance, very good from set pieces, as Karen was saying before the game.
So 2 of the 3 centre-backs on their way in there. Lloyd Jones, the number 5, Keenan Goff, the teenager, number 36, and James Bree, who played under Nathan Jones at Luton, is out to take the first set piece for them. Keeper gets some of it, but not enough of it. Jones was jumping. Chelsea just initially struggling to get it clear. It's Philip Jorgensen, who started tonight ahead of Robert Sanchez, happy to get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, it's never nice, that first corner. Very physical team. Probably would have wanted to get more of a punch on that, but he's ended up with the ball in his hands.
This is Joel Hato, but he runs into Bree on that side. Bree, whose loan is about to run out in the next couple of weeks here at Charlton. And then Andre Santos working hard to win it back from Miles Leeburn over there. Massive night, isn't it, for Liam Senior? Hasn't got a wealth of experience, but he's done a good job at Strasbourg. He knows the ownership, and he was the only person, it seems, that they considered to replace Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, there must be a lot of internal belief at Chelsea. They must have really been pleased with what he's done at Strasbourg. I know Liam personally, played with him under 21s. Really interesting character, really good teammate. Fun guy, he's not putting on an act, interesting, quirky, he knows it, but he loves his football, so great opportunity.
Off goes Leeburn, it's difficult to knock off the ball, certainly difficult to knock off it fairly, and Benoit Badiashile, inside the opening 5 minutes, gets a yellow card.
Yeah, he gets away from here, gets the wrong side of Badiashile, strong, getting his arms in front, not letting him get round. He's had to foul him in the end, walking a tightrope from early on in the game.
A lot of feeling for the Leeburn name at Charlton Athletic, as Dan Carl played almost 400 games for the club. team. He was in the Chelsea Academy for 7 years, up until the age of 16, so there's added incentive tonight for the big Charlton Athletic number 11. Free kick taken by Pre, very deep. Jones was able to get there, but the flag has gone up. Well, Charlton last beat a top-flight team in the Cup 26 years ago, a fifth-round win at Coventry. That was in the days of Alan Kirbishley. Chelsea have gone through against lower division teams 22 games in a row in the FA Cup, so the odds are stacked against Nathan Jones and his players, but they're going to take inspiration from Wrexham last night against Forest, and in particular Macclesfield at lunchtime against the holders Crystal Palace.
Yeah, massive opportunity tonight, and they know it. A lot of uncertainty at Chelsea.
Charlie Coleman was the quickest to react there. This is Connor Coventry. In it goes into the Chelsea box. Lee Byrne was the target. Picked up now by Amari Bell. Campbell. Talk to me about the Chelsea mindset tonight, Joe. You've been in the position that these Chelsea players are in, the big club, championship ground, heavy favourites. How do you approach it in terms of your mind and your concentration, etc.?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it all day. Obviously, everyone loves the magic of the FA Cup, and now I'm out of the game. I enjoyed the results, I enjoyed the camaraderie, I enjoyed what it is tonight. But in the game, you've just got a killer mindset. You're not buying into anything. Sold-out crowd, first biggest crowd in 50 years, so what? World-class players, you want to turn up, you want to show exactly what you're capable of. I was just thinking it's going back to those old school, winning your first headers, first physical battle. I was looking at Jorgensen there, catching that cross, second ball that's coming to the box. Let people know what you're about. Let them know this is not a party. This is serious stuff. This is the start of the ladder to win a huge, major trophy.
Good challenge there by Jones on Buonanotte. This is Andre Santos, and now Josh Ashenpong. This might just be the first touch on this side for Jamie Gittins. It's a good run as well to get away from Campbell, and the goalkeeper had it and dropped it, Mannion, and he was happy to see that clipped away by Coventry. Interesting choice by Nathan Jones tonight to play Will Mannion, whose only appearance this season was in the League Cup in August.
Yeah, big call. He obviously he brought the club up last season. He's brought Kaminsky in. He's been an excellent goalkeeper at Luton. They feel a lot better now that ball's in his hands, but sharp from Gittins here, really sharp feet, getting down the outside, firing one across. Well, you want them to stick early on in the game. He's got away with it at the end of the day, just feeling his way into it.
Paddy Shield pressure on that side by Lee Byrne, supported by Harto.
Just going to wait, Fletcher, aren't they? They're looking really strong through the middle. Seeing what this Chelsea team's got. They know, look, ultimately they haven't played together too much. So if they want to play that fluid, sharp, one-touch passing, as soon as they get into the middle thirds, that's when Charlton will look to pounce.
Our vantage point here gives you the perfect bird's-eye view of the way that Liam Rossini's got them set up tonight. The three at the back, and then that box in midfield. Width from Gittins and Garnacho, and then Guiu through the middle.
Chelsea play well. Gittins and Garnacho are going to have so much fun tonight, so much freedom. They're going to be given the ball, they're going to let them pass out to them and then look to pounce. But it's so congested through the middle, it's going to need real precise one-touch, sharp play.
Well, 31 places separate the teams today, but the reality is the gap's much wider. Charlton's club record signing is Kelman at $5 million. You compare that to Caicedo, and it gives you an example of just how wide that is. Here's the first shooting chance for Campbell. Off his left side. Didn't manage to do a great deal with it.
No, but just winning it, being up for the battle, turning it over. Look how much space he's got here on this left-hand side. Good defending though, showing the outside. Trusting your goalkeeper. Can't let players turn inside there.
That's Nathan Jones, who's never backward in coming forward on the touchline. Since Charlton last won the FA Cup in 1947, Joe, Chelsea have won 6 top-flight titles, 8 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, 7 European trophies, and 2 Club World Cups as well. They operate the same city, there's only one division between them, but it's a monumental ask, this. for Chelsea tonight. The game is just being momentarily paused here due to a medical situation inside the Valley. That's the reason why the Chelsea players have gone over to Liam Rosenior, and the Charlton players have gone over to the touchline and Nathan Jones. Well, we've got plenty more FA Cup third-round matches coming your way. Very, very busy tomorrow. Derby Leeds, Portsmouth against Arsenal, big day for West Ham, a London derby against QPR. And Manchester United as well tomorrow afternoon. They've got Brighton, all Premier League match as Old Trafford. And then Monday, Liverpool against Barnsley. The last time Barnsley played an FA Cup match at Anfield, they won with the late Brian Howard goal. And of course, the draw for the fourth round will take place prior to that game as well. That will bring to an end what has already been a wonderful third round of the FA Cup, and we've had stories galore and drama galore already, Joe.
What was that like Friday night, mate?
Oh, astonishing. The atmosphere last night and the pace of the game and the twists and turns, it was one of the best FA Cup ties I've had the privilege to see live, I've got to say.
Yeah,
full credit to Wrexham for winning.
Yeah, it was fantastic, like a real battle. Premier League quality looked like it was just going to shine through after not a great performance, but fair play seeing it through. Incredible saves from Okonkwo in the shootout as well. Electric.
Yeah, know exactly what he was doing, didn't he? They got the bottle, both of them, Matt Sells. They wrap it in the towel so nobody can see it. It's all very secretive, but whatever information was on Okonkwo's bottle was certainly more accurate than Sells.
It's all a blag, mate.
I mentioned the men's FA Cup. TNT Sports, also the home of the Adobe Women's FA Cup. 4 live matches from round 4 coming next week, including an all-women's Super League clash between Arsenal and Aston Villa. Just to reiterate, if you're just joining the coverage on TNT Sport, there's a medical situation inside the Valley, hence why the Chelsea players are just trying to keep themselves warm down there. The game temporarily paused, and we hope it's nothing too serious for the person who's involved in that here this evening. Just on Liam Rosenior, Joe, second youngest manager in the Premier League at 41. Only Fabian Hertzler at Brighton is younger. Strasbourg was 7th in League One when he left them, and there is a connection here. His dad Leroy played 3 games on loan. He was a manager as well. Tell us a little bit more about him from what you've got to know about him when you were teammates with England.
Yeah, really interesting, quirky character. You know, dynamic right back. He was a joy. It was when I was very young, coming up with the under-21s. And do you know what? He's one of the ones that stands out. I was third choice goalkeeper. I think I was about 18. No one had a clue who I was. You kind of cannon fodder when you're in that role. He was brilliant with me. A lot of fun. He actually didn't end up playing in the tournament that we were in. So he was one of the subs. He was one of the bomb squad with me. But great to be around the team. Great for me as a younger player. And I was just really interested watching Coley's interview before the game. How he envisioned himself when he's 6 years old, you know, as a manager. It's crazy, because I've come out of the game and it's not even crossed my mind. I couldn't think of, I couldn't think of anything worse. I'd love to be on the side making people better, but what he's involved in at Chelsea, especially with the politics, I couldn't think of anything worse than doing that. But it seems to be exactly what he wants to do.
Well, the crowd applauding the supporter who's needed the medical attention here inside the Valley, and we hope that everything is ultimately okay. There's a man who's certainly got an indelible part of Chelsea's history, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who's among the supporters here tonight. And just to kind of finish off on Liam Rosenior, I think the way that he's come into the club this week and everything he said, the way he's conducted himself, certainly bodes well for the future. So we're back underway. 0-0 between Charlton and Chelsea. And Moises Caicedo here, in possession for the multiple times FA Cup winners from West London. Buonanotte looking to accelerate away here from Greg Doherty. It's a lovely ball, delicately flipped in, and the first save tonight for Mannion. It's a lovely ball that was floated into Harto, and that's going to give Mannion, the goalkeeper, a lot of confidence.
Yeah, so good from Buonanotte. Just gets his feet right, manages to cling onto it, but just opened up. I think Chelsea tonight, if they can beat the press, they're going to have Charlton players in their faces, but if they can skip past them and show the quality, that's when they're going to be really dangerous.
Both teams are struggling a wee bit for form. Chelsea's 6-game winless run is their worst for almost 2 years and prompted this change of manager. Charlton are enjoying their championship status again, but they've only managed 1 win in their last 11. Wilson Gittins. It's a bit of room, Gittins, and there's a lot of power on the shot, but it was straight at Mannion, and then Campbell was quickly on the scene to get it behind for the first Chelsea corner.
I'll tell you what, Liam Rossini will be so pleased with the way his team built up there. That box that you talked about in midfield, one touch passing and they're out. Look at the space Buonanotte's got here. He's looking to isolate the wingers 1v1. Really good. Gittins getting his shot off. Mannion taking no chances, shoveling it wide.
First time tonight that Jamie Gittins has played in an FA Cup match. And a Chelsea corner here to be taken by Facundo Buonanotte. It's a good defensive header in there for Charlton by Lieber. He's certainly got the stature, Miles Lieber, to indicate he's going to be a valuable asset in both penalty areas from set pieces tonight.
Yeah, so key, so key. It's all very well scoring them. You've got to defend your box, make it as difficult as you possibly can for this Chelsea team. They don't want to give up a set piece tonight, no chance.
So Buonanotte towards the near post again for Chelsea. Same result, attacked by Lieburn and cleared away for Charlton. Here's Caicedo, Gittins. Swung in by Caicedo. There's Lieburn again. And that's the signal for Kelman to chase. And tidied up back there by the Dutchman, Jarell Harto, for Chelsea. Garnacho, who's got an FA Cup winners' medal. He's also got a goal in an FA Cup final for Manchester United. Acheampong, one of Chelsea's 3 central defenders tonight. Now Gittins, who started well. As far as Andre Santos, and that was Harto just looking to try and flick it on the way through.
Yeah, Gittins has started well. He looks really dangerous, really lively, cutting in, good ball in. Just can he get that flick? Just doesn't quite get any contact on it, but good from Chelsea. Caicedo looks really in control of this game. Sitting, everything's going through him at the moment in the build-up.
Controlled by Lieburn, controlled by Acheampong. Chris Kavanagh gives the free kick to Chelsea. Very much picked a cup team tonight, Liam Rossini, but he's still got the likes of Enzo Fernandez, Liam Delap, João Pedro, Trevor Chalobah, Estevao and Wesley Fofana to call on if he needs them. He's given the likes of Reece James and Cole Palmer the night off, Malo Gusto as well, but there's a lot on the bench should it get sticky at any stage for Chelsea.
Yeah, emphasises what a great squad he's got to play with. He talked with such positivity when he got this job. So excited about the young squad that he's got with top talent. He's given them all a great opportunity tonight.
Of course, it's also opportunity for players, a new manager, fresh ideas. Players who were first choices under the previous manager. so even though there's 8 changes tonight, doesn't mean that some of these players won't become regulars in the new team under the new manager. Those Gittins is looking really good and sharp on this side for Chelsea. Gets the cross in there. Kiyu, now Achimpong. Buenanotte looking to dance his way through. Certainly been impressed by the start that Gittins has made down the right for Chelsea. Looks very, very confident up against Campbell.
He looks really, really sharp. I like the way Buenanotte is bringing him into the game. He's linking with Caicedo. First thought is, can I get Gittins one-on-one with Campbell?
Here to Santos. It's going to run through there to Bree. Thump it forward towards Kelman. And it cushions away by Tosin. Bree's got Premier League experience from his season in the top flight with Luton. It's given the ball to Sonny Carey. He gets it back again and can power through. That's an important put-in though by Caicedo for Chelsea. It's such an important job in central midfield for them, Caicedo.
Watching all Chelsea's players when they lose the ball, and they've got that new manager bounce, their reaction's been brilliant. Looking to win it back in the first couple of seconds. Caicedo just looks like such a class act out there.
Nathan Jones active in the technical area. This is where Charlton have been doing their winning this season. They've won 8 games in all competitions. 6 of them have been here at the Valley. There's just been a coming together there involving Kelman and Caicedo. Achimpong. Jamie Gittins. Thomas Campbell there to head away, but only to Caicedo. Clearance for Charlton made by Craig Doherty. It's quite a lively pitch, and Leeburn was anticipating the bounce there. But then Badiashile.
As soon as Badiashile let that bounce, he was getting it. You can't let it bounce.
I mean, we've not been on it, but it looks bone hard, the surface, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's wobbly out there. Chelsea are doing really well, playing good football on it. But once you let that ball bounce, especially when it comes down with that trajectory, it's going to stand up. You need to brace position because you're getting hit.
It's going to work its way through to Will Mannion. Santos to Moises Caicedo. As you'd expect, Chelsea dominating the ball. The opening 23 minutes here in South East London. Has seen far more of the ball on the right with Garnacho on the left to this point in the game. Charlton running through, that's well defended by Campbell. Try and keep the ball a wee bit better if they can. That's just run out. It's going to be a Charlton throw.
Chelsea weren't as quick getting out to Gittins, so Campbell had a bit of backup there, defended it well. He's going to have a busy night tonight.
Just looking around the place, highest attendance for an FA Cup game here at the Valley for 50 years. The last time that more than 25,000 people attended an FA Cup tie here was in 1976 when Charlton played against Portsmouth. So big night, a lot of anticipation, plenty of excitement around the visit of Chelsea. Leeburn's layoff just a little bit too firm for Tyrese Campbell.
They've looked good. I think Nathan Jones will be happy as they congested the middle, made it difficult for Chelsea. Of course, they're going to have a few opportunities one-on-one wide, but they've defended the box well.
Nacho hasn't had too much of an opportunity to test Bree. It's Buonanotte, Andre Santos. Looking to tee up Caicedo, who's quickly closed down by the Charlton defenders. And that's way off target for Tosin.
I think Santos is just trying to set Caicedo up for a one-touch finish, didn't take it. Tell you what, Charlton will be happy if this is the opportunities Chelsea are creating tonight. Tosin fancied it.
Quickly across there was Tosin, it was just a fraction short.
The little message you send, Chelsea is the dominant team, that little 50-50 there. Can you get those big tackles in, get your little hit on your opposition, let them know as good a player as you are, you're up for the fight. That's what Liam Messina was talking about all this week.
Although the opposition is of a higher standard this evening, but one thing that's worth pointing out is that Charlton have only lost 3 of the last 28 matches that they played here at the Valley, so they're a confident bunch on their own pitch, which will carry them so far tonight, I'm sure. Here's Leeburn up against Paddy Yashil, who's already been shown a yellow card tonight. Bree supporting him.
Priceless from Leeburn, just keeping the possession, getting them up the pitch.
There's Amari Bell. Now Lloyd Jones. It's a little while since Charlton have had a feel of the ball. Mannion towards Leeburn, is going to win his fair share of headers up there. That's helped on by Andre Santos. And then Connor Coventry immediately there for Charlton. That's nicely done to Sonny Carey. That's not so well done though, giving it back to Chelsea and Buonanotte. Seem to like Garnacho for some reason. Santos lets it run. Hold on now to Achimpong, Caicedo. Gittins has 2 to deal with. Just changes the angle. He had just got half a yard there for the shot, Jamie Gittins.
I talked about it down the other end. As a defender, as a goalkeeper, you don't want to let him inside. He looks very comfortable off both feet. They've doubled up on him, not falling for any of the step overs here. You see Bell and Campbell going to get out to him. This is where you can't let him inside. I think it was a clever run by Caicedo, just allowed him to get on his left foot. He'll be disappointed. Good opportunity.
Nathan Jones was drawn against Chelsea in successive seasons in the FA Cup as the Luton Town manager. He lost both of them. He's just celebrated 100 games in charge of Charlton, got them back into the Championship, so he's done a good job here. Sir Josh Achimpong for Chelsea, who've had a lot of the ball but haven't tested Will Mannion a great deal in the Charlton goal to this point. Buonanotte, dispossessed by Doherty. Now Carey. And it goes towards big Miles Leeburn. Now That's all from Carey, and then the foul. So free kick to Charlton. All of a sudden they're putting on a show, Charlton.
Fireworks before the game. 29th minute, it's all going on. Cheeky, but good, very good. Lee Byrne, nice little back heel to bring him up the pitch. Intelligent play.
Andre Santos doesn't want to see that again. These are the kinds of situations that they've got to maximise, haven't they, tonight, Charlton? Because it's going to be difficult for them to get the ball and keep the ball, so situations like this are where they've got to be at their best.
Yeah, and as I see it here, Chelsea, Mancini obviously wants his defenders, his back line as high as he possibly can. At least 22 yards out here.
Tyrese Campbell stood well offside. It's headed on by Lee Byrne. It's going to fall for Doherty, and he hits that into a sea of Chelsea bodies.
Yeah, just thinking about it, no VAR tonight. If Charlton can time their runs, put the pressure on the linesman. That high line, a good ball in like we had there. Lee Byrne dominant in the middle. As the ball drops, see, just timing it, causing chaos. Campbell's there just to confuse. Good block in the end.
I think it was Andre Santos who made the block, and then Doherty got the yellow card for pulling back Jamie Gittins. It's the first time that Doherty started a match since the 25th of November. It's going to be difficult tonight from situations like that for Chelsea to deal with Lee Byrne. It's whether they can get the next ball, isn't it, Charlton?
Yeah, sometimes you've got to accept someone's better than you in the box, but you've got to stay switched on, stay with your man. Don't think it's over.
He's looking to take on Campbell. Quickly across though was Bell. Watching to action bomb. Coleman's going to chase this. It's awkward when he bounces on this pitch. Caicedo back in there for Chelsea.
Gittins has been a threat when they've been able to get him out and isolate against Campbell. But as soon as he teams up with Bell, they look like a real force down this right-hand side, Chelsea's right-hand side, Charlton's left. It's just, can you move the ball quickly? Can you beat the press in midfield and get it out to him?
Chelsea team with a great record against lower division teams. They've only lost 2 of the last 63. They lost to Barnsley in 2008 in the quarter-finals, Bradford in 2015 in the 4th round. Apart from that, it's been plain sailing under various managers, with a lot of personnel changes for Chelsea in this competition. Andre Santos.
The box 4 you talked about is working for Chelsea. They're bopping it through the lines.
It's Caicedo, Achimpong. Now Gittins. Let's say though, Joe, they're well organised at the back. There aren't too many gaps for Chelsea to try and exploit at the moment. Charlton well organised.
No, they are. But the Chelsea, when you're a dominant team like this in possession, it's not necessarily about the first 30 minutes. It's the 60th minute when all of a sudden that Charlton press isn't there. Jelly legs trying to push off left, right as someone drops the shoulder. So it's a 90-minute game, no doubt about it. And Chelsea have got to build and be patient, get the confidence. Be a different game, I promise you, after 60 minutes.
Also, Paddy Ashiel. Arto to Caicedo, and now Achimpong. He's going to hit one here, Achimpong, and that's a good save by Mannion. Struck it really well, Josh Achimpong, and that's a good save by Will Mannion for Charlton.
Yeah, good save from good strike from Achimpong. Mannion will save them all day. Professional goalkeeper, that's what you want. They're perfect angles. He's in a good position, makes good contact. Yeah, be really pleased, and he's built himself into tonight. Looks comfortable.
Time from Cambridge, Joe. Will Mannion.
Yeah, it's all about opportunities, and like we say, only one game previously this season. He's under the lights tonight in the 3rd round.
In goes the Garnacho corner. It's the near post one again for Chelsea. That's been the favoured route tonight. Charlton able to get it away. Booms every time Garnacho gets the ball. That's a good block on that side by Campbell. Charlton dispossessed him again. Harto managed to get through the challenge of Carey. And then headed away by Amari Bell. Here's Kelman. Charlton looking to counter. A rare opportunity to try and cross the halfway line for Nathan Jones' team, and quickly back on the scene defensively was Buonanotte.
Yeah, that will please Liam Rosenior so much. You know, it's all very good playing in centre mid, having the talent, the nice touches. When your team loses it like Buonanotte did there, can you get back? Can you turn it over?
If you are just joining the coverage, still 0-0, and don't pay too much attention to the clock at the moment, because we had a relatively lengthy stoppage for a medical situation inside the stadium, so there's going to be a lot of injury time, stoppage time at the end of this first half to be added on by Chris Kavanagh, the referee. Garnacho. Was trying to get it back to him, but Sonny Carey was in the right position. Have they got to be a little bit better in situations like that, Charlton, to at least try and keep the ball? They do, but I've just noticed the press is coming from a lot deeper now. To start with, it was the halfway line they were waiting for them. You see Caicedo take it on the turn there, under no pressure. They're just starting to creep back, fall back. Chelsea have earned that respect tonight. They've been excellent on the ball. And on turnover, it's so difficult. Gittins teasing Campbell. Still finds the gap for the cross. Connor Coventry defended it, and then Dell cleared the ball away. Controlled here by Tosin. Yeah, you talk about, like I say, turnover. You look up, you see nothing but 3 or 4 Chelsea shirts. You can't afford to go through the lines, because if you lose it, you're under so much pressure. So feel for Charlton at the moment. They're having to dig in. Sloppy though from Badiashile. I think Garnacho just lost his patience there, wanted to get in behind. We're going to see a lot more from this Chelsea team. As we see Liam Rosenior there, I think he'll be reasonably pleased with what he's seen. No doubt he'll have some tweaks already for half-time. He's billing to be the first Chelsea manager to win his first game in charge since Antonio Conte in 2018. He managed Derby here in 2022, played against Charlton with 4 different clubs. And tonight is only his 154th game as a manager, so he's got a big opportunity at a big club early in his managerial career. His team have dominated the ball for the opening 38 minutes here at the Valley, but haven't caused undue concern to this point for the Charlton goalkeeper, Will Mannion. There's another ball into the Charlton box from Buonanotte. James Bree with the header, Sonny Carey with the clearance. Tosin underneath it for Chelsea. Now that his Lieber made it stick. Coventry sends it forward. Tosin able to get the right side of Kelman, but Charlton get bodies around the ball and win it back again. Now it's with Keenan Goff, Roy Jones, and now back with Mannion. I actually think, you know, that should be a Chelsea ball. I think it went out of Campbell's hand, you know, Joe.
It was a handball, but all the angles were wrong for the referee and the linesman.
Nobody could see it, could they?
No, sometimes you take the wins.
Can't blame Chris Kavanagh, he couldn't see it, but they got away with one there, Charlton.
Always playing the ref.
He's not had an FA Cup final, Chris Kavanagh, so you wonder whether this year could be his year.
Big year for him then.
Absolutely. I must say, Joe, I've thoroughly enjoyed watching games where when the ball hits the back of the net, the referee says goal, we just celebrate it and get on with it.
Yeah, I've slipped it tonight. This is one of my first ones. I've been doing mainly Champions League and Prem, so it's nice to enjoy those moments. You know exactly what goes on, how it unfolds, exactly how it's going to play out. You're not waiting.
Isn't it remarkable the fellas can do the job when you let them?
Goodness me, who'd have thought it?
Absolutely.
Well, we'll see. Wow, we're already 40 minutes in, mate.
So 0-0. Chelsea will be happy with the way they've moved the ball around. They'd probably like to be a little bit more clinical in the final third. It's been a quiet night so far for Guiu, the centre forward. He's hardly seen the ball.
Charlton working ever so hard up there, though, and he'll get his chance. He knows he will.
It's a nice turn by Buonanotte. Just caught one in the back. Charlton aren't going to stop, though. Leeburn coming forward. Now Tyrese Campbell. Facundo Buonanotte still down for Chelsea. Campbell takes on action pole and gets the corner.
Yeah, good defending. Campbell will be delighted to be up attacking like he did. See Buonanotte there. He felt that one. He just took a whack on his hip as he tried to turn. Just looking to pirouette round. I think that's a knee just in the glute. They hurt. But as he'd have been being told all week, FA Cup third round away at Charlton, you have to ride those hits.
He's going to need some treatment here. It gives us an opportunity to tell you about the Spanish Super Cup final tomorrow, 6:45. It's a Clásico. It's Barcelona against Real Madrid. TNT Sports 4 for that one. And the next Premier League match is a 5:30 kickoff. The coverage starts at the City Ground at 4:30. Nottingham Forest, who went out last night against Wrexham, against the Premier League leaders Arsenal, and you can see that on TNT Sports 1. You can see both matches on Discovery Plus as well. They can be painful, can't they, when you get a knee in that area around the coccyx, the base of the spine.
They really can. They really can. Not nice. He's been rattled as he just turned. But it's a physical game. Charlton, especially in that centre of midfield, that's where they've been looking to pounce.
Told this story last night, so I'll tell it to you tonight. If you weren't listening last night when we did the Wrexham Forest match, they won the FA Cup at Charlton in 1947, and one interesting aside to the game was the ball burst in the final, and they had to change it. I mean, it wasn't a multi-ball system back then. I mean, they got one and hoped they got through with it. It was apparently due to the fact that the leather was of a poor quality due to the Second World War, because of the fact that they'd used so much during wartime that when they put the ball together, the leather was no good, and it popped in 1946, popped in 1947. By 1948, leather was a lot better again.
Who'd have thought when Buonanotte took that whack, we'd find that out. The magic of the FA Cup.
The magic of the FA Cup. They've taken the corner short here, Charlton. Now it's going to go into the box from Bree, but you feel like they've got to put those into the Chelsea danger area, Joe.
Yeah, Tosin's been good. He's been good at the back. He's been strong.
Well, that's a foul there by Guiu on Sonny Carey, which probably didn't need to do based on the fact that Charlton man was under pressure and heading the wrong way.
Yeah, I think Guiu, though, he's just trying to put his stamp on the game. He's not really had a chance, but he's been flying around. So he's just got to stay patient up there. But the press from Chelsea's been excellent. They've looked young, they've looked fresh.
I mean, situations like this, free kicks from here, there should be 3 words in the Charlton dressing room: aim for Leeburn. I mean, that's what you've got to do here, isn't it?
Leeburn in the mixer.
Yeah, try and pick out the big number 11 and see what he can do.
How high this line is.
So Leeburn in the middle of it all, jumping up there with Tosin. Leeburn then in the mix again, but Tosin defended it well. Little pull there on the shirt of Gittins, and Chris Kavanagh eventually is going to pull up Keenan Goff for the foul. He's going to win most of those headers. It's what they do after that, Charlton.
Well, I think that'll be one of the reasons why people ask, why do you have such a high line? Because Chelsea are giving up the fact that Leeburn probably will win it. But that would have been, what, 30, 35 yards out. It's what they do after that. That's the problem.
By Bell to Campbell. The clock says we're moving towards the final minute of the first half, but there's at least 5 minutes to add on for the medical situation, plus whatever time that Chris Kavanagh feels they need to add additionally. I mean, as far as defensive efforts go, I'm pretty sure Nathan Jones will be happy based on the fact his goalkeeper hasn't been worked a great deal. He would have expected Chelsea to dominate the ball, but they've not made any mistakes mentally or physically at the back so far tonight, Charlton.
No, they've been solid, but they've been a lot of pressure's been put on them, as I say. It's how can they ride that storm later on in the game, but they've been excellent whilst they've been fresh. The Campbell versus Gittins battle's been fascinating, but Bell's been able to help him when he can.
Guiu was losing the race there against Jones. That was great covering from the teenager Keenan Goff. It's Gittins on to Garnacho. Garnacho with a chance here for Chelsea, and that's a good block by Bree. Garnacho gets back on it.
Brilliant from Bree. Recovered so well.
Action for Gittins. 7 minutes added on, and that's Mannion's ball. Just about managed to stay in his penalty area, Charlton.
He didn't.
It's Andre Santos. Gittins with the run and the shot. Just bounced as well in front of the goalkeeper, which made it slightly more difficult, and Mannion did well.
Oh, these are nights you dream of as a goalkeeper. Good efforts, you're in the game, you're not really getting tested. It's a comfortable save for a professional goalkeeper, but he's making it. Excellent from him. Gittins looks sharp and lively. But I'm telling you now, Nathan Jones will be happy. All of Chelsea, well, most of Chelsea's shots have come from at least 20-25 yards out.
Different setup here for the Chelsea corner. They've been to the near post so far tonight. They go short this time and work it here to Gittins. Buonanotte. Gittins gets away from Bree. Given away by Goff. Carey jumped in with Garnacho. Smart by Doherty. Santos, Nartosin. Good organisation again at the back without the ball for Charlton. Buonanotte plays it straight at Connor Coventry, former West Ham player. Carey closed down quickly by Buonanotte, but now Coleman's going to put the pressure on Tosin and regain the possession here for Charlton Athletic. Excellent hold-up play there by Calvin.
They smell danger, they smell blood. As soon as that ball bounces, they get their body in. Make it difficult. That'll be my message for half time. Do not let that ball bounce.
It goes towards Leeburn. Was dealt with straightforwardly by Chelsea. Now then Caicedo with a bit of room to run into. Andre Santos. The boos are getting louder for Garnacho.
I'd love to know what he's done wrong to this Charlton crowd.
Here we go again. To make room for the shot. Challenged down there by Coventry. Andre Santos. Gittins, who's had a real battle with Tyrese Campbell on this side in the first half. Buonanotte now back on the ball. It's a good challenge by Jones, and he wanted Kelvin to be a bit sharper there. And he goes into the Charlton box. It's going to fall for Harto to hit it. What a goal! That's a brilliant volley from Jarell Harto. On his FA Cup debut, he scores his first Chelsea goal, and in stoppage time at the end of the first half, Liam Rosenior sees his team score a goal for the first time under his managership. And it's the young Dutchman Jarell Harto with a shot that Mannion didn't even see. Charlton 0, Chelsea 1.
What a brilliant strike. Patient from Chelsea as they have been all half. Caicedo drops it in, and as it drops to Harto, oh, he had so much time to settle himself, but what a hit. Sets himself. We've seen these fly into the stands, but this one flies into the stanchion. Beautiful finish. exactly what Chelsea deserved. A dominant first half. He topped it off in added time with a banger in the top corner.
So the first goal of the Liam Rosenior era is scored for Chelsea by Jarell Harto. And the reality of the situation is you can't hit a volley any sweeter than he hit that one.
No, he was so patient with the bounce. Realised the first time anyone's had any space in that box with the Chelsea shirt on, they defended so well. But Nathan Jones will be disappointed with the drop down from across. Kept his composure, walloped it in the top corner.
Almost on the stroke of half-time. And the solid defensive work done by Charlton Athletic in the first half, undone there by a wonderfully struck goal for Chelsea. Action there ahead of Tyrese Campbell. Doherty wins it back though for the championship team. He's struggling to hold it. Here's Amari Bell. Now Connor Coventry. Sonny Carey. Leeburn. Up there with Kelman. Over goes Leeburn. Free kick to Charlton right at the end of the half.
Oh, I did not expect that from Caicedo. So good at nicking the ball from the blind side. Leeburn just gets his body in. Yeah, he's looking for it, of course he is, but why would you not? 25 yards out, 1-0 down, seconds to go. Great opportunity.
So some organising here for the Dane Philip Jorgensen to do. James Bree, the right wing back of Charlton, is the man who's going to deliver it, and they can't keep the high line here based on the proximity of the free kick to the penalty area, so they can crowd the box here. Charlton, Bree's gone for it, hits it straight into the Chelsea wall. Chance for Connor Coventry to cross it. There's Caicedo defending the near post. Now Carey. There's Bell, and there's the half-time whistle. So just that little flourish at the end of the half.